Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. But sure, I'm glad you're here. You know why? Because by God, it's Monopoly night in America. Woo!
Yeah.
I love some Monopoly night in America. And this is going to be the 19th time we do it this season. We've got a good one for you tonight. So let's get into it. Let's not wait around, dilly-dally. Let's do it. Here we go.
Yes, Monopoly, the world's most popular board game, is now Monopoly, the TV game. Here come the players. The red player Steffi, the gold player Doug, and the green player Peach Perfume. Here comes Mr. Monopoly, Jason Myers, and here goes Monopoly, Kurt Ferguson.
All right, welcome in for another week here of Monopoly Night in America. I am your favorite neighborhood host, Turd Ferguson. Thank you very much there, Mr. Neil Cernitsky, for that very warm welcome. We are back for our 19th episode of the season, and man, do we have one for you tonight, because that record-breaking champion is back again. He has 6 wins in a row. For the season, he has already won 10 of his 12 appearances on the show, which is just unheard of. He has a total of $873,051 to his name. Please welcome back to the stage, Mr. Poot McVay.
Hello. Hello, yes. If you like what I did with the schedule, I guess you're in my podium.
So, I mean, at this point, it's got me considering moving you to the gold podium, just because everything you're touching is turning to gold at this point. You have absolutely just run roughshod over everybody around here. You have won the bonus game out of your 10 wins. You've beat the bonus game 6 times, so that's a 60% win percentage just on bonus games, which is just damn near unheard of around here. You've won 6 games in a row, which is an all-time record for someone to win in a row. And looking for number 7 tonight, you have taken down some of our, I guess what you could say, weaker opponents. You have taken down some of our top opponents. So what do you feel at this point's left for you?
Well, like I said, all I can say is the last time I know of my 2 opponents that I'm seeing tonight, one guy came very close to beating me last time he was here with me. So maybe this is the night I finally fall down, but we'll find out how this goes.
That is right. We will find out how it goes. So again, you're looking for number 7 tonight. That would again make another brand new record, and you pretty much own just about every record that Monopoly has to have. I will say again, we're going to talk to one of those opponents here in just a little bit, but one of them that you're playing against tonight, the last time you guys faced each other a few episodes back, he absolutely gave you a run for your money.
He did that too, yes.
Well, let's see if you're going to be able to hold your own tonight. We wish you the best of luck as we meet your challengers. First, we go into our gold podium. He was something that we do, many of you out there do not know, is that when we've got multiple people that sign up to participate in the game at night, we will do a little showdown round before we ever come on air. And we had several people that participated in that tonight. And this right here was our first person that made it to 3 correct answers in a row. I know some of you may go, huh? But yeah, it was. Welcome back, Doug Trovinger.
You know, as they say, a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Well, hey, it's a good look for you, though, to be able to get in here quickly and get started tonight with some correct answers. That's at least got to give you a little bit of confidence that maybe you've got a shot tonight.
You know, if there's a dark day in hell, maybe I do. But let's have a great time. and I got my buddy next to me in the green podium, so that might be the lucky one tonight.
Hey, you never know. Well, hey, and here's the news for you right now. You're at $3,185 for the season. This will be your fourth appearance. And right now, as it stands, of course, the top 9 are 9th place player. Those are the ones, of course, that are going to make it onto our tournament. Number 9 right now, you are approximately $3,515 behind him. So if you could have a really good showing tonight, you could find yourself either in the top 9 or just right outside of it.
That is true.
Well, we definitely wish you the best of luck tonight as you make your run at Poot over there. And now let's go and meet our last contestant. He is on our green podium tonight. This will be the 5th time we've seen him. The last time he was here, he gave, again, Poot a run for his money in episode 17. He comes into this game with $30,728 and is in 5th place right now on our leaderboard. Please welcome back Peach Perfume.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm back, I guess.
Well, hey, for those that pay a lot of close attention to our live streams here at MVG Productions, they know that last night you were able to take down someone that had been running roughshod over one of the games here. Definition After Dark, you were able to take down the man that had won, I believe it was 6 games, I believe, in a row up to that point when it happened, Elliot Schiff. So that's, I mean, we're looking tonight. You're taking on somebody that's won 6 games in a row. So you think you got 2 in a row in you?
Well, I think for this night, once again, like the last time I was here, the questions are just going to have to come my way in the acquisition phase. But that already happened. I can't really count on that to happen again. I got to make something happen myself. But, against Seffi, his areas of knowledge are just vast. So I'm once again going to have to try to give him all I got. I'm ready to do it.
Well, and hey, you have, if there's anybody here that could take him down, if I had to list my top 3 people that I think could take him down, you would definitely be right there in that top 3. So best of luck to you here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's our players for tonight. So, of course, as always, I'm going to just go ahead and do this and get it out of the way. Let's go ahead and do a quick buzzer check. So, Poot, Doug, and Peach. Fantastic. All right, so let's get into this here. This is, of course, the acquisition phase of our game. Players, we're going to be making our way around this board one complete time, stopping at each one of our colored properties. You'll notice at the bottom of that property, there's a dollar amount. You're going to be asked a trivia question. You get it correct, then you are going to have that dollar amount added to your bank. If you get it wrong, it will be subtracted, but still be a toss-up for the other 2 players. If no one's able to get it correct, then we'll cut the value in half one time and one time only until someone gets the property question correct. Once we've made it through all of the properties in that color group, if someone owns them all, we will turn that to their color and give them a special financial bonus. If it's owned by multiple people, we'll have a little showdown round. So if you guys are ready, let's get into it here. As again, it's time for Monopoly Night in America. We start with Mediterranean Avenue. It is a $60 property, players. Good luck to everybody. Here comes your first question of the evening. In the television series Saint Elsewhere, what city was the hospital set in? That would be Boston. Boston. All right, so already cutting property value in half, $30 now. In the animal kingdom, what bug shares its name with a sport that includes bowling and wickets? Poot.
Cricket.
Cricket is correct. $30 to you takes you to $30. We now go over to Baltic Avenue, which is a $60 property. Which American swimmer won 7 gold medals? And that's Peach.
Michael Phelps?
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $60. I'll finish. No, I won't, Poot.
Mark Spitz.
Mark Spitz. Finish of that question was won 7 gold medals at the 1972 Olympics. All right, so that means that's $60 for you for that property. You now own both of our brown properties, so let's turn those red, and we'll give you $120 of combined value, which takes you up to $210. We now move over to our light blue properties, and we start with Oriental Avenue, worth $100. What has been the most common surname for India's prime minister since the country gained independence? That would be Gandhi. Gandhi.
Oh.
All right, we cut the property in half now, $50. From which country does the rock band U2 originate? And that's Peach.
Ireland.
Ireland is correct. $50 to you, has you at -10. You have one light blue. Next up, Vermont Avenue for $100. What incident caused the deaths of rock and roll stars Buddy Holly, and that's Peach.
Plane crash.
Plane crash is correct. $100 for that one takes you to $90. You have two of the light blues. Next up, Connecticut Avenue for $120. What is the last word of the Pledge of Allegiance? Peach.
All.
All is correct, so we're going to give you $120 for that. And now you own all three of the light blue properties, so let's turn those green and give you $320 of combined value, which takes you up to $530. We now turn on to 2nd Street. We go to our magenta properties and start with St. Charles Place, which is worth $140. The Heisman Trophy is awarded annually. Peach?
College football.
Football is correct. $140 to you. Takes you to $670. Next up, States Avenue for $140. Name the World War II general who was known as Old Blood and Guts. Doug?
Was that General Douglas MacArthur?
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $140. Poot?
Patton.
Patton is correct. $140 to you. Takes you to $350. One for Peach and one for Poot. Next up is Virginia Avenue for $160. As I turn the page. In 1994, the comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 crashed into what planet? That would be Jupiter.
Oh.
All right, so let's cut that property down in half now to $80. In television, what was the name of Fred's boss on the Flintstones? Poot?
Mr. Slate.
Mr. Slate is correct. $80 to you takes you to $430. We are through our magentas, and we've got Poot that has two of them. Peach has one. So in our showdown, Peach is going to need two correct answers to take the Monopoly. Poot only needs one. Which tall Cy Young winning baseball pitcher was known as Peach?
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson is correct as the big unit. That's one for you. Cincinnati International Airport is actually located in which U.S. state? Peach?
Pennsylvania.
No, I'm sorry. Poot? Go ahead.
Indiana.
No, I'm sorry. It's in Kentucky. Cincinnati is on the border of Kentucky and Ohio.
Interesting.
Which writer has had several novels published under the pen name of Richard Bachman? Poot?
Mark Twain.
No, sorry. Peach, one shot. Go ahead.
Tom Clancy.
No, I'm sorry. Stephen King.
Oh.
In chemistry, what is the lightest and most abundant element? Peach?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is correct, and you have taken the magenta properties. Let's turn those green. Give you $440, which takes you up to $1,110. We now go to our orange properties. We are at St. James Place, worth $180. What wine used in making martinis is derived from the German word meaning woodworm? And that's Poot.
Vermouth.
Vermouth is correct. $180 to you takes you to $610. Next up, Tennessee Avenue for $180. The name of what U.S. state comes last alphabetically? Peach.
Wyoming.
Wyoming is correct. 180 to you takes you to 1290. One for Poot, one for Peach. Next up, New York Avenue for 200. The Nintendo character known as Mario first appeared in which arcade? Poot?
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is correct. 200 to you takes you to 810. We're in the same situation we were last time. Peach, I need 2 correct answers. Poot, I need 1. What literary detective first appeared in the 1887? That's Peach.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is correct. That's 1 for you. What is the name of the protective metal glove used in the Middle Ages that was said to be thrown? Poot?
A gauntlet.
Gauntlet is correct, and you have taken the orange properties. Let's turn those red. Give you $560 of combined value, which takes you up to $1,370. We now turn on to 3rd Street and our red properties. Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Excuse me.
Was that your ass?
No, that was my nose.
Okay.
Up here.
So we're Kentucky Avenue, worth 220. What Supreme Court Chief Justice administered the presidential oath to George W. Bush? That'll be William Rehnquist. All right, we cut the property in half to 110. In movies, who directed A Clockwork Orange? Poot.
Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick is correct. 110 to you takes you to 1480. Next up, Indiana Avenue for 220. Known for its blue box, which company manufactures the NFL Super Bowl trophy? Blue box was your giveaway. That's Tiffany and Company.
Oh.
All right, we cut the property down in half to 110. Actor Danny Thomas founded a children's hospital named Doug.
St. Jude's?
St. Jude is correct. 110 to you takes you to negative 30.
Okay.
Oh, I couldn't think about that one for a second.
We've
Shit.
got 1 for Poot, 1 for Doug. Next up, Illinois Avenue for 240. In algebra, what diagrams named after a British mathematician use overlapping? Peach?
A Venn diagram.
Venn diagram is correct. 240 to you takes you to 1530. And this showdown, a first for today, all 3 players on the property. So whoever gives me 2 answers first, they don't have to be consecutive, takes the monopoly. In 10-pin bowling, a total of how many consecutive strikes make Peach?
12.
12 is correct. That's 1 for you. In politics, which U.S. state has the most electoral votes? Peach.
California.
California is correct, and you have taken the red property group. Let's turn it green. Give you $608 of combined value, taking you up to $2,210. Now we move to our yellow properties. Atlantic Avenue is up first, worth $260. Which ancient Greek philosopher was forced to drink hemlock in 399 BC? That would be the great Socrates. All right, let's cut that property value in half to 130. The tulip flower gets its name for a Turkish word for what traditional Muslim headdress? Poot.
Urban.
Turban is correct. 130 to you takes you to 1610. Next up, Ventnor Avenue for 260. In television, who created the show Star Trek? Poot.
Gene Roddenberry.
Gene Roddenberry is correct. 260 for that. 1870. You have 2 of the yellow, excuse me. Next up, Marvin Gardens for 280. In Japan, the clothing items known as getas are worn on which part of the body? Poot.
Feet.
Feet is correct. So 280 for that property takes you to 2150. You own all 3 of the yellows already, so let's turn them red. Give you $800 of combined value, which takes you to $2,950. We now turn on to 4th Street. We're in our green property group. We're with that very specific avenue. Oh, it must be no, it's Pacific Avenue. $300, players. Here's your question. In music, which vocalist had a hit with the single Don't Worry, Be Happy? Poot.
Bobby McFerrin.
Bobby McFerrin's correct. 300 to you. 3250 is where you're at. Next up, the home of Brandon Scruggs, North Carolina Avenue for 300. What is the only U.S. state name that ends with 3 vowels? Peach.
Oh, Hawaii.
Hawaii is correct. 300 to you. 2510. One for Poot, one for Peach. Next up is the home of the president, Pennsylvania Avenue for 320. In sports, an Olympiad is defined as a span of how many years? Peach.
4 years.
4 years is correct. 320 to you. 2830. So this time, Peach, you've got 2 properties. Poot has 1. So Poot, I need 2 correct answers. Peach, I only need 1. In television, which male actor replaced Michael J. Fox on Spin City? Poot.
Oh God. Chris.
No, sorry. Peach, you want a shot?
No, I can't think of it.
The madman himself, Charlie Sheen. As I said, you put a little cocaine on his dick and it's called a sheenus. I always like that joke. All right. In literature, what Russian-born scientist wrote the Foundation trilogy? Poot.
Tolstoy.
No, sorry. Peach, want a shot?
No, thanks.
Isaac Asimov. Hey.
Asimov. Easy does it with the buzzer.
You keep hitting that buzzer and I'm going to knock your Asimov. All right. Thank you. All right. Which American city is nicknamed the Big Easy? Peach.
New Orleans.
New Orleans is correct, and you have taken the green property group. Let's turn that one green and give you $920 of combined value, which takes you up to $3,750. We are now to our final property group of our acquisition phase, and it is our dark blues. We start with Park Place worth $350. What English legal term means to take away an attorney's right to practice law due to unethical conduct? Wow, I'm surprised. That's being disbarred or disbarment.
Oh.
All right, let's cut that property in half to $175. In the U.S. Army, what do the letters in the acronym AWOL? Poot?
Absent without leave.
Absent without leave is correct. 175 to you takes you to 3425. And we are now to our final property. It is Boardwalk, worth $400. What movie rental chain was listed on the new Poot?
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster is correct. $400 for that takes you to $3825. And you own both dark blues. So we're going to turn them red. Give you $750 of combined value, which takes you up to $45.75. And that means we are done with our acquisition phase. Let's see where things stand right now. In third place is our gold player, Doug Trovinger. He has no monopolies and negative $30. In second place is our green player, Peach Perfume. He owns 4 monopolies and has $3,750. And in first place is our current champion still, Poot McVay, our red player. He has 4 monopolies himself and $4,575. Well, this is the time we take our first commercial break. And as we do so, our players are going to be using some of that money to make upgrades to their properties, placing houses and hotels. And when we come back, we're going to play our 15-minute big money round with Mr. Monopoly to find out who's going to go on to play for up to $50,000 when we go once around the block, right here on Monopoly Night in America. Back here on Monopoly, boy, we've got that really good one going. I know I say that a lot, but this one's true. Let's take a look at where things stand after our commercial break there, where our players, of course, were using some of that money earned in the acquisition phase to put those houses and hotels on. Remember, it's $50 per house until they've got it equally built all the way across. Then they can spend an additional $50 to put those hotels on. And this is where we stand right now. In third place still is our gold player, Doug Trovinger, as he had no property, so he still sits at negative $30. In second place, our green player, Peach Perfume, he has hoteled everything out that he owns, and he has $750. And in first place is our red player still, Poot McVay, who has got $2,075, and all of his properties are hoteled out. Well, this is that time in the evening where we bring in everybody's favorite sidekick, who's so good at what he does, it's almost like he's the host of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in Jason Jarrell Quantavious Myers, better known as Mr. Monopoly.
Yay!
Tonight, the role of Mr. Monopoly will be played by John Michael Higgins.
Well, shit.
Yep, that got canceled just as quickly as I said the joke.
I was going to say, does that mean this show's going to get canceled in the next 1 to 2 seasons?
Maybe.
Well,
as much as they're talking about it in the live chat, maybe.
I mean, hey, it's been a good run. What can I say? We're quickly approaching 80 episodes of this series. So, yeah, it's been a heck of a run. Well,
yeah, a little bit.
For the time that we've got left here, Jason, good to have you back once again. Tell me what you're seeing from the sideline so far with our game.
Well, it's about what I expected. A shootout match between Poot and Peach. Doug's just along for the ride. But money-wise, I thought it'd be a little bit closer between Poot and Peach. But Poot had that big turnout at the very end. So maybe that works in his favor, question mark?
Hey, it very, very well could. Yes, it seemed like, Peach had it going early and had some to where he was 3 and out on them, but he was getting that on the lower property values, whereas when Poot come in and did it, he did it on those high property values. So right now, that's kind of where the difference is, but otherwise, you could pretty much say they are playing it neck to neck here. I think we're going to have a good finish to this game.
Oh, it's going to be one for the books. I can see it now.
And from what I was noticing as we were in commercial break, I think Doug was over there sharpening some what looked like knife-like objects. Could be possible katanas. So I would say Poot and Peach need to look out.
He had some katanas. He had some caltrops. He had some throwing stars. Whatever he could grab at his arsenal.
So katanas, you say, that means he's got a chance.
Yeah, if he could swing first, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see if he gets Carter. Most people out there have no idea the jokes I was making there, and that's okay. Well, I see you brought out the purple dice tonight, so you must be trying to woo me.
I mean, is it working?
No. I mean, purple is my favorite color, so yeah, I'm all about some purple. But
I was going to say, these dice have a better chance of winning you as GSN has a keeping a split second on the air. Oops.
Too soon?
At this pace, as much as I tried to stay hopeful, it's about as much chance as there is of Tic-Tac-Toe making it out of its first season.
There you go.
Too soon?
Trust me, I had hopes. I had really high hopes for it. But the only thing that they basically did was they took the second pilot's set and mixed it in with the gameplay and the podiums basically from the first pilot and added in one additional multiple choice answer for the questions. That's about that. Well, that, and they added in, for those of you that have not seen it, they have added in a dragon in the front game now, and the dragon causes you to lose your turn. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that because it's just making me madder the more I think about it. So
Yeah.
Brooke
Let's focus
Burns,
on the good.
yeah, Brooke Burns,
Exactly.
great. She's a great host. She does really well with anything she touches. But I think this one, she's just gonna get shit under her fingernails. So, and you know, poor Wink Martindale still being alive to have to see this. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get on with it. So we'll let Mr. Monopoly get over and get himself set up as we go over this round. This is, of course, our 15-minute big money round. We're going to try to make our way around this board as many times as we possibly can in the next 15 minutes of gameplay, stopping in as many of these properties as we can. Of course, if we land on one of the players' properties, they're going to get a trivia question just for themselves. It'll be worth the rental amount based on the upgrades they have on that property. If they get the question right, they get the money. If they don't, they won't lose anything, but it does become a toss-up question for the other two players. If one of them gets it correct, they will steal the money. If they get it wrong, however, they're going to lose it. So definitely be careful there. We, of course, have our utilities, electric company and waterworks, where they can have a 100 times the dice roll, which can make for a really nice little chunk of change in one question. We've got free parking in the upper left-hand corner, which is worth $500 right now, and will have money added to it. I can guarantee it. We've also got the Kevin Henry specials, Chance and Community Chest, which will send him into an absolute verbal tirade and reminding us about how he is the benevolent one. My ass. But
Hey, Jason, be
Sorry,
lucky
not sorry.
for us. Be lucky for us tonight and hit a bunch of those.
yeah, and then of course we've got those railroads. And when you hear that sound, it means it's hostile takeover time, where one question can change the fate of all the players here in an instant. So with that said, let's get to it here. We've got the pawn on the board. Mr. Monopoly will give us that first roll, and when he does, we'll move and start the timer. Here we go with our 15-minute big money round.
4 and 6 for a 10.
All right, that of course means that we're just visiting the jail, so it doesn't cost anything, but you also don't earn anything. Another roll.
Nobody's in the cell yet. Hey, look, another 10.
Now that one's going to take us to free parking.
Yep, this is for $500 in the free parking jackpot. And it's open season to everybody.
All right, players, hands on buzzers. What fictional town is the setting for the Archie comic books? And that's Doug.
Is it Ragsdale?
No, I'm sorry. Poot.
Riverdale.
Riverdale is correct.
Oh,
So we're going to give you the $500 that's in there, and we're going to load it back up with another $500 as we have another roll.
Please don't let it be another 10. Close 6 and 3 for a 9.
Ooh.
And that lands us on Marvin Gardens.
And this question goes to Poot. The first question of the night. It's worth $1,200.
Poot, in science, absolute zero is equal to how many degrees Kelvin?
0 Kelvin.
Zero is correct. 1,200 to you. 37.75. Next roll.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, Peach. This question is yours. It's worth $1,400.
Peach, in nature, what is the smallest citrus fruit?
Citrus fruit, kiwi.
No, sorry, toss up. Poot.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, that's going to cost you $1,400. Doug, do you want a shot?
negative. Just hit the buzzer.
That would be a kumquat.
Oh.
Oh, good thing I
That's
didn't have
kumquats.
that right anyway.
All right, next roll.
Anyway.
The funniest fruit to say. Nobody got it.
Right.
Hey, look, there's a 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right, so we passed go with $200, but we just landed on income tax.
Oh
Yeah, so that $200 that you just got, I'm gonna need that back. Thank you.
Be my guest.
All right, of course, we take that. We put all that over in the free parking jackpot, which is now up to $1,100. Next roll.
Hey, Jason, roll another 10.
How about a 4 instead?
That works.
no. Okay.
All right, Vermont Avenue.
All All right, Peach, let's try this again. This one's only worth $5.50 to you.
I'm ready.
All right, Peach. Who directed the Oscar-winning movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Stan Lee.
Say again?
Stan Lee.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. Poot.
Ang Lee.
Ang Lee is correct. $5.50 to you. Takes you to $29.25. Next roll.
There's doubles. It's an 8.
And that takes us to St. James Place.
All right, Poot, here's a chance to extend your lead even more. $9.50 on the line.
In movies, Hugh Jackman played which superhero in the film X-Men?
Let's see. He was Cyclops?
No, sorry. Toss up. Peach.
Wolverine.
He was Wolverine. $9.50 to you. Takes you to $1,700. Next roll.
Doubles again, and it's a 2.
It's a 2.
Tennessee Avenue as the Tootie Birds come out.
All right, Poot, let's try that again. $9.50 on the line again.
Poot, what fitness program did Judy Shepard Missett create by blending jazz dance and exercise?
Jazzercise.
Jazzercise is correct. $9.50 to you. Takes you to $38.75. Next roll.
5 and 4 for a 9.
That's Ventnor Avenue.
Poot, another question headed your way. This one's worth $11.50.
Poot, in the dice game Craps, boxcars refer to rolling 2 of what number?
6s.
6s is correct. $11.50 to you. You're at $5,025. Next roll.
That's why he doesn't even play crap.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And that's North Carolina Avenue.
All right, Pete, chance to try to close the gap between you and Poot. $12.75 on the line.
Peach, in mythology, Cupid was the Roman counterpart to which winged Greek god of love?
Aphrodite.
No, sorry, toss up. Poot.
Eros.
Eros is correct. $12.75 to you. Takes you to $6,300. Next roll.
Under 10 minutes to do. 6 and 1 for a 7.
And that's Boardwalk.
All right, Poot, this is the most expensive question ever. $2,000 on the line.
Which judicial body of military personnel are convened to try members of the U.S. Armed Forces?
The Marshall Court.
Yeah, I can give you that. You got it backwards, but I can't find a reason to not give it to you. Court martial. But we're going to give that to you. 2,000 takes you to 8,300. Next roll.
2 and 4 for a 6.
All right, so we pass go. That's 200 for a bite, and we've landed on the Reading Railroad.
Hey, toss-up takeover time, players. All aboard if you want to try to take over somebody's property. One correct answer will get you there.
All right, players, in math, what is 1 1/3 times 3? Peach.
4.
4 is correct. All right, Peach. So with this, you now get to attack one of Poot's properties.
I have to go for the dark blue property. Excuse me.
The dark blue. So let's go ahead and race around the board. So you're going to need 2 correct answers. If you do so, you are going to be able to steal this Monopoly away from him, and it's $750 in combined value. But be very careful. If you miss a question, then you're going to pay him the rent. So
Moved down bad, so at
Here
this
we
point,
go.
it's worth the risk.
question number 1, $1,500 at risk. In movies, what actor played the title character in Beetlejuice?
Johnny Depp.
No, I'm sorry. It was Michael Keaton. So that means that is going to cost you $1,500. So let's take that away from you. We will pay that directly over to Poot. He is now up to $10,000, and that means this hostile takeover was unsuccessful. Next roll.
4 and 5 for a 9.
All right, we pass go. That's $200 for each player. And we've landed on Oriental Avenue.
All right, Peach, you just lost a big chunk of money. Here's a chance to keep some of it. $5.50 on the line.
Peach, what rock band featured original members Paul Stanley, Peter Criss, Gene Simmons, and Ace Frehley?
It was Kiss.
Kiss is correct. 550 you. You're at 1150. Next roll.
1 and 5 for 6.
And that takes us to the electric company.
That's one of our 2 utility properties players. This question is worth $600 for that 6 I just rolled. Good luck.
All right, everybody, hands on buzzers. In 1519, what Portuguese explorer led the first successful circumnavigation of the... And that's Doug.
Was that Napoleon?
No, I'm sorry. That's Peach.
Magellan.
Magellan, my felon. 600 you. You're at 1750. Next roll.
1 and 4 for a 5.
And that's community chest.
Community chest! Community chest!
Okay, Kevin. We
All
hear you
right.
loud and clear.
So this community chest card says building code violation. The first place player is going to pay $250 to each other player. So we're going to take away $500 from Poot in $250 increments. And we're going to give $250 to Doug, $250 to Peach, and let's have our next roll.
2 and 5 for a 7.
That takes us to Illinois Avenue.
All right, Peach, the gap's a little wide there. Here's a chance to narrow it down. 1,100 on the line.
Peach, which Japanese prime minister approved the attack on Pearl Harbor?
Did not think of it.
Toss up. Poot.
Hirohito.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $1,100. Doug, you want a shot?
No.
Hideki Tojo. All right, next row.
Jojo, my popo.
Tojo Yamamoto.
Oh, that stumbles in at the deuce.
Dropping deuces here as we hit Atlantic Avenue.
All right, Poot lost a little bit of money before. Here's a chance to get it back. 1,150 on the line.
Poot in television, what resident of the planet Melmac became part of the Tanner family?
Alf, a.k.a. Gordon Shumway.
Alf is correct. 1150 to you. Takes you to 9750. Next roll.
63 for a 9.
And that is a short line.
All aboard, players. Another chance to take over somebody's property. One correct answer gets you there.
All right. Hands on buzzers. What brand of car named for the French founder of Detroit redesigned its... And that's Doug.
Was it Stellantis?
No. Redesigned its wreath and crest logo in 2001. Poot.
Cadillac.
Cadillac is correct. All right. Which one of Peach's properties are you attacking?
Let's do light blue.
All right. Going for the light blues. So let's see. All right. We're going to go forward. We are not collecting for pass and go here. We do not do that on the railroads. So we are at Oriental Avenue. You've got 550 at risk. I'm going to need 3 correct answers here to take the Monopoly. Question 1. Which rock group recorded the song Heart of Glass with lead singer Debbie Harry?
Blondie.
Blondie is correct. All right, we now move over to Vermont Avenue, 550 at risk. In history, who is credited with introducing pipe smoking to England?
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Sir Walter Raleigh is correct. And last one here, 600 at risk. If you miss it, get it correct, and you're going to steal this. Newt Rockne coached the 4 horsemen in the football backfield of what university?
University of Indiana.
No, I'm sorry. It was Notre Dame, which means you are going to
Right
lose.
State, Bronx University.
You'll lose $600. We'll pay that over to Peach, and that means this hostile takeover was unsuccessful. All right, next roll.
1 and 5 for a 6.
Pennsylvania Railroad.
Another shot at the hostile takeover, players. You know the deal. Let's see what happens.
In Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which dwarf has no beard? Poot.
Dopey.
Dopey is correct. What are we attacking this time?
One more time to the light blue.
All right. You know what's at stake here. Here we go. The title character in the play Rosecrans and Guildenstern Are Dead were first minor parts in which work by William Shakespeare?
Hamlet.
Hamlet is correct. Next up is Vermont Avenue. The Adelaide News and Sunday Mail were the first two newspapers owned by what media titan?
Rupert Murdoch.
Murdoch is correct. And finally, Connecticut Avenue. Meaning the Bay of Smoke, what city is the world's northernmost capital?
You know?
No, I'm sorry. It's Reykjavik. So that means you're going to lose 600 again. We're going to pass that over to Peach. And this hostile takeover was unsuccessful. Next roll.
You're giving me heart attacks.
3 and 6 for a 9.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And that's Tennessee Avenue.
All right, Poot, a chance to recoup some money you just lost to Peach. $9.50 on the line.
Who was the first host of NBC's late night talk show called Tomorrow?
Tom Snyder?
Tom Snyder's correct. $9.50 to you. You're at 9,500. Next roll.
63 for a 9.
Ventnor Avenue.
All right, Poot, another shot at another question. $11.50 on the line.
Which physicist was director of the laboratory at Los Alamos during the development of the first atomic bomb?
Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer is correct. 1150 takes you to 10,650. And that sound means we have come to the end of the big money round. Let's see where things stand in this moment. All right, so we have got in third place is our gold player, Doug Trovinger, with $620. In second place is our green player, Peach Perfume, with $3,200. And in first place is our current champion still, the red player, Poot McVay, with $10,650. Well, we are going to take our final commercial break. As we do, we're going to sell back all of those upgrades, add those into the player scores, and we'll find out who's going on to play for up to $50,000 in our bonus game when we go once around the block right here on Monopoly Night in America. Back here on Monopoly. Boy, we had a great big money round just a few moments ago. It is time for us to find out who is going to be our winner. So let's get to it. We start with our player that was in third place in that last round, Doug Trovinger. He had $620. Unfortunately, he still had no property, so that means he finishes tonight with $620. In second place coming out of that last round was Peach Perfume at $3,200. When we sell back all of his upgrades, he was able to net an additional $3,000, which tonight will finish him up with $6,200. And finally, we make our way over to our champion. We already see what's about to happen here, but just to be fair, we sell back all of his upgrades, which nets him an additional $2,500. And when we add that to his total tonight, he finishes with $13,150. Poot McVay, you are a 7-time champion on Monopoly. Congratulations.
Okay.
All right, Poot, we'll come back and visit with you again here in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and talk to our runners-up this evening. Of course, we'll first start over here with our third place player, Doug Trovinger. Doug, hey, good news here tonight. You finished in the positives.
That is true.
And you did almost 6 times better with your score than you did last time.
Yeah, I think I only had $110 the last time. So, if I wouldn't have got that one question wrong, then I would have had a little bit more. And I just wasn't fast enough to the buzzer because there was probably 4 or 5 questions in the acquisition round that I knew, but kudos to the Brother Peach and Uncle Poot.
Old Uncle Poot. Well, hey, you gave it a good run for your money tonight. Unfortunately, just overpowered. You weren't quick enough on the buzzer. But hey, we're glad that you continue to join us here on the game. I can tell you that now with that $620 going into your pot, that's going to take you up now to a season total of $3,805. Unfortunately, that still leaves you in 14th place overall. You're still about $290 behind 13th place, which is Nell Snesrud. And right now you are currently about just under $2,900 behind 9th place. But here's the good news. We still have 6 episodes remaining. And if I know you, we'll at least see you back here one more time.
I shall. Good playing these Titans of Trivia. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thank you.
Hear Kevin Henry more.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for being a part of it, ladies and gentlemen. One last time there for Mr. Doug Trovinger. As we now go over to our second place finisher tonight, Mr. Peach Perfume, $6,200, a little less than you were able to earn last time. I guess I could say in some ways maybe you held Poot back just a little bit, but regardless, the outcome was still the same. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, same result, different day. I can tell you, because that first round, the acquisition phase didn't go quite as well. I strategized that maybe it would help if I went a little aggressive here. Last time I didn't hoe out my hotels. This time I did. But this 15-minute mega round, that's just where he shines. All credit to him. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, it really does show that, where you get your monopolies does matter. And luckily, the dice also fell on his side so that his properties continued to get hit for him to have the trivia questions. But the good thing here is for you, you are still a fantastic player. You currently are still sitting in 5th overall in the season, so looking pretty good at this point, unless there's some real miracles that happen here that you're going to make the tournament. Right now, total for the season, $36,928. And again, if I know you well enough, Peach, we'll probably see you at least one more time before the season ends.
Probably, and I know you kind of alluded to it. If things keep going the way they do, I mean, he keeps winning games, and nobody will be. It'll be pretty hard for anyone else to leapfrog me. So I do feel like I'm a lock for the tournament. But again, you're definitely right. I'll definitely come back, give it another shot, see if my luck can change even further.
Yeah, it would take some real mega gameplay at this point by some of the players below you to knock you out, and it would have to happen pretty darn quickly for there to be any real chance of it. But you should feel pretty good. Again, thank you as always for being here. You're a great player, and we definitely look forward to seeing you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Peach Perfume, one last time for him.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks once again for having me on.
Oh, absolutely, always. And now, of course, we make it over to the man of the hour, our 7-time defending champion, Poot McVay, adds $13,150 to his total. The wins just don't stop winning, do they?
They don't, unfortunately. And as you know, since we're taping this sucker on St. Patrick's Day, I guess I had the luck of the Irish on my side tonight.
You had something going on there, and you almost would have thought that it was going to be Peach since he had the green on, but unfortunately you were able to pinch him somehow and let the air out of him. So yeah, you're looking real good there. 13,150. We add that into what you have won now. You are now up to $886,201. And the good news is you still have a little more cash here you could win tonight, which could possibly put you over the 900K route. So if you're ready, let's do this. It's time to go once around the block.
All right.
All right. Well, as you know, this is our little bonus game here. I mentioned earlier up to 50,000, but as I was double checking there, that dollar amount's not exactly correct. And I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. But of course, here in our once around the block bonus game, you are going to try to go one time completely around this board all the way to or beyond go. You will do that, of course, by rolling the dice inside of the rock and roller. But we can't make it just that simple. We're going to place extra go to jail spaces on the board on top of the one that's already in the upper right-hand corner. You'll put one on 2nd Street, one on 3rd Street, and 2 on 4th Street. So where would you like to put your one on 2nd Street between St. Charles Place and New York Avenue?
Virginia.
One on 3rd Street between Kentucky Avenue and Marvin Gardens?
Chance.
And 2 on 4th Street between Pacific Avenue and Boardwalk.
Okay, Pacific. And this time we're going to change it up a little bit to short line.
Okay. So, of course, every spot that you make around the board is going to be worth $100 into your center jackpot. You will get that money in the center jackpot if you do not make it to or beyond go, as long as you do not hit a go to jail space. Even if you run out of turns, that money will be yours to keep. Now, we said you have 5 rolls. If you roll doubles at any time, we will give you an additional roll. If you can make it all the way beyond go, since you did not win the bonus game last week, if you make it beyond, it's going to be worth $30,000 tonight. And if you can land exactly on top of go, that's going to have the additional $10,000 added to it, and you'll be playing for $60,000. So, with that being said, if you're ready, we have got the rock and roller set up over there with Mr. Monopoly. You have your red button. When you're ready, hit it, and it will stop that rock and roller.
All right, let's hope for a good double to start this game up. Click.
You wanted the doubles, you got it. It's a 12.
Cool.
Wow, a heck of a way to start there. $1,200 is in your center jackpot. You still have 5 rolls. Right now, you've got bad roll of 2 and a 10.
And 10.
So, continue on or walk away.
Let's go.
All right, we're going on. That rock and roller is a bouncing those dice around. Push that red button.
Okay. This time, no doubles. I'll take an odd number of anything. Click.
5 and 3 for an 8.
All right, continued safe. We have that in $2,000 right now that you can walk away with. Now, with 4 rolls left and halfway around the board, you've got 3 bad rolls. They are a 2, a 10, and an 11. So things are a little more dicey. Do we keep going, or do we walk away with $2,000?
Let's go again.
All right, let's continue on. That rock and roll is bouncing. Ready when you are.
Once again, I would love to see an odd number so I don't have to worry about the 2 or the 10. Please no 11. Click.
5 and 6 for an 11.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That means we're headed to jail. That's right, buddy. You're going to jail.
Thank you, Bar Brady.
Wow. Somebody needs to lay off of the.
Before the show.
Yeah, he's hitting something. All right. Well, unfortunately, Bar Brady has taken your money away from you. You are getting nothing extra tonight, but you do get to keep what you won there in the front game, which is, of course, $13,150. And once again, that means your season total up to $886,201. That's another tough one there for you tonight.
It was a little bit, yes. That's okay.
All right. Well, as we said, nothing doing there. But, of course, you will be back with us again, hopefully Friday night. I know some of the people out there wondering, well, you said last Friday there was going to be a game. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough people in studio to be able to make the game go. But we will be hoping to make that happen this coming Friday. So we look forward to having you back here, Poot.
You know it.
All right. He'll be looking for win number 8 there. So, Jason, what do you think at this point? What's it going to take to stop him?
Aside from somebody cutting the blue wire.
At the blue wire.
As far as the front game, it's going to take a miracle. As far as the bonus game, I think Bar Brady's on to him.
Yeah,
He's starting to learn his tricks.
Yeah. You know, I think at this point, it's going to take someone that is just absolute rapid fire on the buzzer, but is also very careful to make sure they get just enough information to be able to get the questions correct. Because at times, Seffi is very methodical and will wait a little bit before he buzzes in. So I think it's going to that's what it's going to take, is going to be that mixture. And I know we've got a few players that can do it. It's just right now I think people are getting to the point that they're kind of scared in a way.
What's the latest on Ben Parker? Anybody know?
Short of us moving this over to GSE or something, that's not going to be able to happen. But I will say, in his own right, Ben Parker is a fabulous player. And for those of you going, who the hell's Ben Parker? If you go back to season 1 of Monopoly Night in America, which most of those episodes will likely never get aired because they're sitting there. If they do, they'll get aired unedited. At the time when he was here, he called himself Paul Scheer. He was trying to, I guess, hide his identity for some reason. But yeah, witless protection. But yeah, that's Ben Parker. And for those of you like, I feel like I know that name. Yes, he has been on a couple of national broadcasted game shows. One of them being Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
And his most recent one, Lucky 13.
Yeah, there you go. I totally forgot about that one. But yeah, so when you hear Ben Parker, that's who we're talking about. But yeah, so man, we had another really good night here. Regardless of who it is that wins, we've got people that are having a good time. And I know those of you out there in the studio audience, you're having a fantastic time. The reason I know that is all I do is I sit there every so often, I look over and I see the number of you that are in the live chat with us on YouTube. And man, you guys just support us and support us and support us. And I appreciate that. And I tell you what else you can do to support us. If you will do it before you leave out of here tonight, hit that like button. And one of the reasons it is important for me, for you to hit that like button, is at this point, we've got, I've narrowed it down. I pretty much know who it is, but we've got a troll out there. We've got somebody that on every video we do, they dislike it. And I know it's somebody that's never commenting in the live chat. It's somebody that's from MVG's past. So if you know much about MVG, you'll know where it's coming from, because I've given the opportunity to say, hey, if there's something about the show you'd like to see change, just reach out. We'll love to hear ideas. We genuinely would. Anyway, you can send those over to us, and we will always take that stuff into consideration, because you never know where a good idea can come from. But the fact that I've never heard anything is enough to tell me where this is likely coming from. So to the person out there that's doing it, really, like, at the end of the day, we all, no matter what servers that we are in, we all come out to do this stuff to have a good time. Just because we might not hang around each other anymore, or we may have been at odds of the past, that doesn't mean that we've got to sit here and do stuff to try to be destructive to each other. So just keep that in mind. Everything should always be in good-natured fun and whatnot. And trying to do that to people, like, hey, you do what you need to do. It's not going to hurt me. I do this out of fun. I'm not going to get canceled or whatever.
We haven't got canceled yet.
Yeah, I've said and done too much. If I was going to get canceled, I would have been canceled by now. But genuinely, hey, look, if you're doing it because you got a problem with me, reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Let's say we can't work out the issue. But otherwise, chill out with it. Like, really, like, let's be grown adults on this. But yeah, if you guys will make sure, those of you that do come out and enjoy this programming, hit that like button, because it does mean a lot to us, and we do check that stuff. But yeah, thank you as always for watching and supporting these videos. Thank you for supporting Brandon Scruggs, for supporting Jason Myers and Scott McVay and Scott Michaels and Travis Coulter and Jose Cazares and Mark Leota and many more names that I haven't even mentioned yet, that are making sure to put out this great game show content for you. Again, we can't do it without you. So thank you very much for supporting us, MVG, Grandma Studios, and all of the other groups out here that are a part of the larger MVG Productions. Again, share the video with somebody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, all of that good stuff that we ask you to. Programming notes, as always, tomorrow night we'll be back with episode 17 of the Barry and Enright Cup. We are very quickly building towards the end of the regular season there. Friday night, we will be back once again, and it's 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Apologize. Let me back off. We will not be airing Barry and Enright tomorrow night. It is on Thursday night, and that's because of the work schedule of Brandon Scruggs. So we will be here Thursday night, 11 p.m. To go with the Barry and Enright Cup. Friday night, we'll be back here at, I believe, 11 p.m. for our next episode of Monopoly Night in America. And then Sunday night, of course, back here for the 5th episode of Definition After Dark. Guys, tonight was live stream number 181. We're only 19 away. We've looked at it. We're looking at mid to late April, and we should finally hit live stream number 200, which, as we know, is going to be the best. If you thought the roast of Brandon Scruggs was good, it's going to put it to shame when we roast Kevin Henry, the benevolent one. So I know I'm looking forward to it. It may possibly be my final live stream, but at the same time, I'm still looking forward to it. But as always, as I say, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here for us. And again, thank you to Jason Myers. I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you back here Thursday night for another episode of the Barry and Enright Cup, and Friday night for more Monopoly Night in America. Until then, take care, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, as the final buzzer sounds and the lights dim on another exciting day, we bid farewell here at MVG Productions, broadcasting from the heart of Silva, North Carolina. Today, we've seen contestants triumph, puzzles unravel, and fortunes change. We hope our game shows brought you thrills, laughter, and maybe a few nail-biting moments. Thank you for being a part of our audience, supporting us, and recognizing the vision of Brandon Scruggs, who owns and operates MVG Productions. Until next time, we leave you with our national anthem. Good night.
They grabbed him by the balls, or the jewels.